Right then, this is a quick walk around video. This is for a Honda Civic. It's a 1.8 EX. I apologise, it's a little bit breezy today, so the wind doesn't affect the microphone too much. Finished in black interior, leather interior of course on these EXs. Front of the car, no cracks or compensation in the headlights at all. Front of the car, generally very clean. There is, of course, with the mileage on the car, a few very light stone chips on the front of the bonnet there, which nothing you can do about, but there's a few there. It's certainly not as bad as most I've seen, but there are a couple, so there's a whole point of doing these videos is to pick up on them. Coming down the near side of the car first, very clean in the panel work. Front near side alloy, generally very good, just the tiniest bit of curbing just on the top there, but very minor indeed. And then the remainder of the panels, very clean indeed. As I said, there will be a few little marks. Being a black car this age and vintage, it's impossible to not have the odd minor one. Rear alloy, can't see any marks on there at all. And going around the back of the car, actually colour coded parking sensors front and rear on the EXs to complement the rear camera. Rear of the car is very clean indeed. And then off side of the vehicle, again, nice and clean in the panel work. I did see an indentation on this side, and I will try and pick it out for you. Rear offside alloy unmarked. And then the remainder of the panels, very clean indeed. So the only dent of any note that I noticed was just on top of this wheel arch here. It's a little indentation, just caught something there. And as I said, we do try and pick up on these things on the video, it's the whole point of doing them. And then fine alloy, very good, just the tiniest little bit of curbing on there. But for the age and mileage of the car that's in very good condition. So parked in the shade now, it kind of helps with doing the videos. Unfortunately it is rather dark, but it's the sunlight's lovely, but does make the videos rather difficult. But the back of the car, huge boot in really lovely condition. What's nice in this one, someone paid Honda quite a lot of money to have a spare wheel put into the vehicle rather than the inflation kit that you normally find. So coming into the back of the car now, rear door card's very clean. The whole of the interior is in lovely condition actually. You can see here I've got the seats in their upright position, which forms part of the it's really clever magic seat affair that Honda do. So you can have this huge amount of extra space at the back of the car. So clever. To drop them down, you can do them individually. Just pop the lever up there, drop it down. It's as simple as that. And just to show you just how much legroom there is, it's a huge amount of rear legroom in these Civics, and the leatherwork in the back is in absolutely fantastic condition. Coming to the front now, passenger door card, all the nooks and crannies, all really nice. Footwell area, very clean and tidy. The front passenger seat has been given the minimum amount of use. It's in absolutely beautiful condition. Coming to the front now, again all very clean and tidy. Footwell area and front mat area very clean. Driver's seat is in excellent condition with only the tiniest amount of wear which you'd expect on a car of this age and mileage, but it's certainly far better than most I've seen. So sat inside the car now, engine's running through this section of the video just so you can see the dashboard illuminated. The dashboard looks pretty much as new, it's in wonderful condition. Sat nav you can see working absolutely perfectly. If you pop into reverse, this lovely clear parking camera with the grid on it as well. And then down below, climate control and heated seats. But everything's been kept really beautifully on this car. Even kind of little sort of storage areas down here, got the cup holders and everything. All been kept really nicely. It's just a good sign of ownership, it really is. If I just bring the camera forward there, hopefully you can see 86,387 miles currently recorded on this vehicle. and then this fantastic dashboard, and that's kind of where you want to be setting the seat position. So the steering wheel rim is sat between the rev counter and the speedo, and then you've got that wonderful view to, you know, what I think is by far and away the best dashboard in the business. It looks absolutely fantastic. Just to quickly show you, owner's manual pack is here with the car, as is the locking wheel nut key for the car. So finally, just to come under the engine bay, as you'd expect from Honda, they always present these things really nicely. It's just unlike so many other modern cars where they shroud them in plastic. At least here you can see the whole of the engine completely leak free, as you expect on any Honda car, cam chain driven of course. More of which in the following road test video. Right, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.8 EX petrol. This particular car is registered EA63HTX, and mileage at the start of the road test is 86,379 miles. The reason we do these road tests is very simple. We just want customers to see the very car we're advertising actually in operation. We think it's right if people are willing, as they are, to travel, you know, sometimes, you know, across the country, near continent to us. The least we can do is actually show the car in operation. That way, if there's any issues on the vehicle which would fundamentally affect the drive of the car, then we'll relay them back to you immediately. It's the whole point of doing these videos. The road tests are also done on the same very quiet country roads, very close to our premises. So hopefully it'll be representative of, you know, what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive on the vehicle. This particular car has been extraordinarily well looked after. All of the servicing up until the time we've just serviced it ourselves, it has been done by the Honda main dealers, and that's obvious. You know, as soon as you drive the car feels absolutely rock solid. Engine starts instantaneously. Settles to a completely smooth and steady idle, pulls really beautifully. It's a crisp, quiet, refined engine, very flexible, but as with all Honda engines, very keen to rev as well. It's just a lovely example of a really brilliant unit. As you probably already know, but if you don't, these are cam chain driven engines. There's no cam belts, so there's no big services looming on these engines by comparison to a lot of manufacturers. Looking at the dashboard, no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. And temperature gauge, and it is a hot day today, is running at a third, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car, whether it be petrol or diesel or hybrid even. But the engine, absolutely perfect. You'd never know it'd done the miles. You know, these are incredibly strong engines. They do hundreds of thousands of miles. But the whole car feels like I'm driving around in a car that's done 20,000 miles. And that's not a cliche. That's not me giving it any excuses. It really does. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch is smooth and silent in operation. Bike point is exactly where it should be on the clutch pedal travel as well. So all in very good order there. Likewise, the gearbox, which, you know, I'm a huge fan of these gearboxes. They're so nice to use, slick in operation, very positive. You know, you guide them with a delicate hand because the springing on the gate is absolutely perfectly aligned. It's just what Honda do so well. You don't have to find your gear; it kind of finds it for you, and you just give it a guiding hand. And I can't feel any wear in that gearbox or in the linkage of the gear change at all. It feels perfect. It's also just a lovely gear change to use in daily operation. It works beautifully with the engine. Ratios are beautifully set. You know, so you've got very refined cruising in sixth gear. Here I am doing, you know, just about 50 miles an hour or so, and it's more than happy to sort of tootle along in sixth gear. Engine's flexible enough to not complain in any way, and obviously then that maximises the fuel economy you get from the vehicle as well, which is extraordinary. I mean, the fuel economy you can get on these is, you know, 45-50 to the gallon is pretty easy, in all honesty. Obviously it depends on how you drive them, where you drive them, but across the board that's what all my customers seem to get. So in terms of powertrain, the car can't fault it in any way, shape or form. Steering of the vehicle tracks bullet straight, doesn't deviate at all. No vibrations coming back to the steering wheel of the vehicle, so all in very good order. And again, can't feel an ounce of wear in it. No slack, no slop, no noises, no clonks, nothing from it at all. It feels exactly as if it's just rolled off the production line. It's just wonderfully tight and taut. Very well set up power steering system. It's keen to change direction, nicely weighted, and very accurate indeed. Chassis of the vehicle, again, what I'm looking for on these road tests is just signs of any kind of sort of metallic sort of clunks or bangs from underneath, which even Honda, you know, with miles, you'd expect a bit of wear, but there's nothing at all from this. There's no noises coming from underneath it other than what you'd expect when you hit a bump. Very, very, very comfortable, smooth riding car, very agile too. You know, go through corners like this if I pick up speed. The car corners flat, doesn't pitch and roll. Your body control is really well done. So I go into this one a bit quicker than I would do normally. Turn the car in, just holds its line absolutely brilliantly. No fluster, and yet the ride, which was always a criticism of the last model, a little bit unfairly in my opinion, but the bumps where it did used to struggle, this one doesn't at all. It absorbs the minor bumps brilliantly well. It's a fantastic chassis, it really is. Looking around inside the car, I mean, it's in fantastic condition in here. Again, can't see any wear, which is a sign of, you know, again, typical Honda build quality. These are beautifully made cars. No buzzers, no squeaks, no rattles, nothing at all from the car. It just feels rock solid, and hopefully you remember this part of the video if you come and see it, and you'll see exactly what I mean. It just does feel amazingly solid, but also a joy to use. It's brilliantly designed, it's fascinating to look at, it's got real character, style, a bit of imagination's gone into the design on the dashboard, which I really like, but they kept the stuff that you use on a regular basis very simple indeed. Sat nav, dead simple. Air conditioning, dual zone, push button, no silly sort of sub menus to go into on it, and then the more regularly used dials are high up on the dash, so you got information display, you know, trip meters and everything up on the top left there, and then this fantastic two-tier design with your speedo digital readout rather high up, so you just keep your eye on the road whilst also keeping your eye on your speed at the corner of your eye without having to take your eyes off the road for a second. And then down below that, a more conventional pod of information, revs, temperature and fuel gauges there, but everything works exactly as it should. It really is. It's a fantastic order, this car. Air conditioning, by the way, pumping out absolutely ice cold air, and it's a challenge today because it's blisteringly hot today. Obviously auto lights, auto wipers, all functioning exactly as they should. As I pointed out, the car's just been through a pre-delivery inspection and an engine service, and will also hopefully later today be going off for an independent MOT. We don't contemplate, you know, undertaking our own MOTs for cars we sell. I don't think it's right. So anything that would be required would be done. Not that I can imagine there'd be much at all, if anything. As I said at the start of the video, the whole point of it is actually to pick up on any issues there might be, of which I can find nothing on this car at all that merits a mention in terms of the drive of the car. It is a wonderful car to drive, and I do criticise our cars, and I've done it on many previous occasions, so it's not just a case of ticking boxes and saying it's okay when it clearly isn't. But this one is a lovely vehicle, as I said. If I've missed anything on the video, obviously please don't hesitate, give me a call and I'll happily answer any questions you might have.